New law signed by President Trump yesterday allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs. 8-year-old Jordan McLinn celebrated the long-awaited moment by hugging the president. That's a good hug, Jordan. Jordan became the nationwide face of the Right to Try campaign as he battles Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Now, we've been following his story for years and spoke to him and his mother after the signing. Adriana Diaz, is here with what they had to say. Adriana Diaz, sorry, didn't mean to mess up your name. Good morning. Welcome to the table.
Good morning, Gayle King. Right to Try makes good on one of President Trump's campaign promises, but the bill is not without controversy. Opponents argue it's risky and doesn't give better access to drugs, but proponents, like 8-year-old Jordan and his mom, believe it could be life-saving. As President Trump signed the Right to Try bill Wednesday, 8-year-old Jordan McLinn went in for a hug. He missed the first few times, but eventually they embraced. A hug years in the making. Jordan has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, a genetic degenerative disease with an average life expectancy of around 25 years.
And to see it just finally come to the finish line was just this huge, huge accomplishment.
Jordan and his mother, Norah McLinn, have been at the forefront of the movement to pass the Right to Try bill, which allows the terminally ill who have exhausted all other options to gain access to drugs not fully approved yet by the FDA. We first met the McLinn family in 2015 when Right to Try was signed into law in their home state of Indiana by then-Governor Mike Pence.
He has been very, very supportive all along the way.
Under FDA regulations, new drugs must go through 3 phases of clinical trials before becoming commercially available, which often takes years. Right to Try now allows doctors to administer drugs that have cleared just the first phase of a trial.
We're going to be saving tremendous numbers of lives.
But opponents of Right to Try argue so-called compassionate use treatments already allow patients to try experimental drugs. The FDA currently approves about 99% of experimental drug requests.
Unfortunately, it's empty symbolism.
Allison Bateman-House, an assistant professor of medical ethics, fears the bill gives false hope.
Nobody can force a company to give a drug if it doesn't want to. I am not optimistic that it is going to be a pathway of getting access for patients.
But Norah McLinn is still hopeful.
We've met so many people from different disease groups that can benefit from this law.
If I had that head of hair, I would have been president so long ago.
As for Jordan, he had a long day, but meeting the president was worth it.
He said my hair was very nice.
He did.
Yeah.
Norah McLinn said Jordan's actually now in the 65th week of a clinical trial. She said they continued the Right to Try fight for others. She told me this morning that people with his condition can eventually lose the ability to hug. As you saw, he is a hugger.
Yes.
And she said that she's going to do whatever she can to make sure he could keep on hugging.
And he waited for the hug, too. That's what was so sweet. He tried to go in, then he said, I'll just sit here and wait.
I love that when he tried to play it off. Yeah, he was just like, no, I'm just here hanging.
That's what little kids do. The president was right. He does have a great head of hair, but I'll bet he's got a lot more going for him.
Yes, he does.
Thank you, Adriana.
So glad you updated this story.
Yeah.
He's a special little boy.
Thank you.
Adriana, thank you.